Sometimes people will say that horses don't belong in the city, but horses built our cities. We would not be here without them. It would be really cruel to kick them out of a place that had always been their home. And seeing how little people know about horses, they've really got this disconnect between them. It's sad. I mean, you hear these misconceptions all the time just because people aren't around them anymore. And if you hide them away in places where there aren't lots of people, you're just going to perpetuate that. Now, sometimes when you vacation horses in the pastures, most of the time, they get pretty bored out there. They like their connections with people. They like to see people. They want to hang out with them. They don't want to just stand around in a field with other horses and that's it. When we go up to visit our horses, when they're vacationing on the pastures in rural areas, the New York City carriage horses, you can always tell from the other ones that are always out there, that live there, because the New York City carriage horses will come running up to the gate because they want to see you. They're like, do you have carrots? You're going to give me attention? We're going to go to work. They are the ones that come up and be like, yes, finally, people. The other horses just stand there eating because they're not used to this environment. This is an environment where our horses thrive. There are urban horses. There have always been urban horses. When I was driving up to Maryland to buy my horse or test him out and then I bought him, I was with another woman in the car. And we're going through like a really rural area, just lots of trees and, hills and grass and fields, and that's about it. And we're going through it for a while, and it's a nice place to, visit. But I said to her, I was like, how do people live here? How do people live like this? I could never do it. And when we get to the farm, I'm talking to the horse salesman, and we're making conversation, and he's like, New York City, I don't know how you guys do it. I could never live there. How do you people do it? And he said the exact same thing, because there are people who thrive in an urban environment, people who thrive in a rural environment, just like there are horses who thrive in a rural environment or in an urban environment. There was a horse that had retired to a pasture, and a lot of time it's really difficult for our city horses to end up always in a rural area because they think that they're on vacation and then they're sad they just never get to go back to work. And this horse would stand right next to all the loud farm equipment all the time just because it made him feel more like he was in a noisy city again. And again, as I've mentioned, horses are highly adaptable animals. They live in all types of climates. They live in, all kinds of weather, and their bodies are built for that. Our roads may be useful with asphalt for cars, but our roads were paved before there were cars. Our roads were paved with asphalt for horses because it makes things easier for them in this type of work. Horses will, see something that they're nervous about, and once they learn that that's not something that's going to hurt them, they calm right down. They learn that they don't need to spook over everything. So that's why our horses are always so relaxed here. And for a moment, something may startle them, but when you have this partnership with an animal, they calm down pretty quickly. So the sights and sounds of the horses here, this is just the everyday for them. This isn't something that's not natural for them.